Hey guys, and welcome to yet another video. If you are new here, hello and welcome to my channel. I am Kalea from Craft Crazy, and today I'll be showing you guys how to make this beautiful Color Block Friendship Bracelet. So this bracelet is made by the one and only Soda Pop on braceletbook.com. She made probably over 300 patterns, I think, or last time I checked. Yeah, so she's great at making them. She made this pattern, and also a lot of other patterns I have made in the past that are my favorite patterns. So yeah, she's pretty amazing at making patterns, and she also helped me out with the name for this bracelet. She came up with a couple of the words, so like block or brick, so I named this bracelet the Color Block Friendship Bracelet, and she came up with like the block sort of brick part of the name, and I thought it was a genius idea because I think it does look a lot like a block or like a brick or something. So yeah, her way of making bracelets is so amazing. Like, the way she makes the patterns is just so easy to segment knot. All the knots make complete sense, and yeah, I think she's just overall an amazing creator of patterns on Bracelet Book. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, find the segment knotting easy, and also, of course, enjoy making the bracelet as well. So now that I have basically the intro all finished, it is time to kind of decide our color schemes for this bracelet and our measurements and our amount of strings we'll need for each color. So if you guys are interested in the colors I'll be using today, I'm going to be using black for my background color, this dark blue, or like sky blue I guess, color for my first color, this hot pink for my second color, this light purple color for my third color, and this sort of really light yellow color for my fourth color. And yeah, so you'll be needing 2 strings of your 4 colors, and then you'll be needing 8 strings of your background color. And for this pattern in specific, I would recommend using either black or white for your background color, just because they pretty much complement the actual colors you'll be needing for this bracelet, and they also give them a pop, I guess, like I just said, pretty much. And yeah, so, and I would usually measure my strings to be a wingspan and a half doubled over, and just cut the loop if I'm just going to be doing triangle ends or something. But yeah, for this bracelet I'm probably going to be doing double triangle ends after a loop, and then just starting it from there, since it'll be really easy to segment knot from that start. But yeah, once you guys cut all your strings and start, do the actual start and the loop for your bracelet, it is time to actually start the pattern. And also, just a note, I'll be doing my starts for the bracelet. I'll be speeding up, doing that in time lapse, and then I'll be telling you guys the string order for the bracelet, so you guys can do the starts for your bracelet and do the correct string order. Okay, so this is where we start our string order and our weird segment knotting for this triangle start here from me. If you guys are not starting with a triangle end and just want to get to the actual pattern repeating itself, then skip to this time. That's when I will start doing the actual segment knotting for this pattern, aside from the triangle shape, which I wouldn't recommend doing the segment knotting with, because it's extremely confusing. But yeah, so I'm just going to be doing the weird segment knotting if you guys are doing a triangle end as well, but then of course skip to the other time if you prefer to just start with the actual segment knotting for this bracelet. Okay, so for the string ordering in this bracelet, for like the triangle end that you guys might be doing and starting out with, so on the very left side, you'll be starting with your first color, color number 1, then number 2, then 3, and then 4, and then your 4 background colors on this side. And then on the next side, the ordering of the strings is not mirrored, it's more reversed or opposite, because the 4 background colors go first here, and then your first color, your second color, your third color, and then your fourth color. So yeah, in all, this bracelet is 16 strands wide, if you're wondering. And yeah, so let's actually start with the segment knotting part of this bracelet. Okay, so for the first step, you're just going to be taking the center 2 strings, and you're going to do a forward backward knot with the string to the left of the center string. And then you're just going to be doing 4 backward knots onto the 4 strings to the left of it. And then for the next step, it's going to be pretty much the same thing, except you're just going to be taking the background color that you have done a forward backward knot with your first color that you've knotted on the first half of this row. And you're just going to be doing 3 forward knots with that background string, which should be the right center string. And then after you completed that, just take the string to the right of your background color that you've just knotted with and do 1 backward knot onto the background string to the left of it. Okay, so we are now on to the second row of this weird triangle end segment knotting. And for that, you're just going to be taking the center 2 strings once again. So basically it should be your second color and then your second base strand in the very center. You're just going to be taking your second color, which would be the left center string, and do a forward backward knot onto the background color to the right of it. And then you'll just be finishing off that color of this row with 4 backward knots onto the 4 strings to the left of it. And then after you're finished with that, just take the second from outermost left string and do 2 forward knots onto the 2 strings to the right of it. And then for the second half of the second row, you're just going to be taking the background color you have knotted with for the first step of the second row, so just the very center background color. And you're just going to be doing 3 forward knots into the 3 strings to the right of it, just as we did for our first row of this pattern. And then after you've completed that, just take the second color, which should be the third from outermost right string, and just do 2 backward knots onto the 2 strings to the left of it. Okay, so for the third and final part of this triangle weird sort of segment knotting period of this video, just basically repeat the exact same thing by just taking the left center string and doing a forward backward knot onto the string to the right of it, the 4 backward knots onto the 4 strings to the left of it, and then for the 3 forward knots with the base strand or the background strand in the middle, and then take the second from outermost right string and do 3 backward knots onto the 3 strings to the left of it. Okay, so now for the actual segment knotting of this pattern, excluding the triangle part. So we're just finished with that. Now it's time to start the actual segment knotting that you'll be repeating over and over again for the entirety of this pattern. And just make sure to do 3 forward knots and always start on that side that has your background color repeating over and over again. So just basically 3 backward knots. And then for The next step for the segment knotting is just going to be taking the center 2 strings, and like we've probably done before, a forward backward knot with our 4th color onto our background string color. And then repeat the 4 backward knots. And then for our next step, just take the background color, which should be in the very center, and do 3 forward knots onto the 3 strings to the right of it. And then just take your outermost right string, which should be your 4th color, and do 4 backward knots into the 4 strings to the right of it. So basically all the background color to the left of it. And so that's basically all you have to do for when you are on the part of the bracelet when your candy stripe or blocks go diagonally to the left. And then now I'll be showing you guys how to do the part of the bracelet when the blocks alternate and go diagonally to the right side. For it's a very sort of different process, I guess, but it is mirrored or reversed, like pretty much the entire pattern is. So yeah, the next step is just when the color blocks switch different directions. Okay, so the first step is to take the outermost right string and do 3 backward knots into the 3 strings to the left of it. And then after that, just take the right center string and do a backward forward knot onto the background string to the left of it. And then after that, just repeat the 4 forward knots with your 1st color, the 4 strings to the right of it. And then take the background color in the center of your bracelet and do 3 backward knots into the 3 strings to the left of it. And then after that, take your outermost left string and do 4 forward knots into the 4 strings to the right of it. And then after that, you're done, basically. So this is just, when you repeat it, the color block switches. So it's going diagonally left this way on the first color block. And then on the second color block, it repeats itself going diagonally to the right, as you can see here with this blue color. I did it for my first color. And so when you do the first color block, when it's slanted to the left side, repeat our first steps that I did just before or after the triangle starts with a weird segment knotting. And then when you, of course, switch to the color block when it goes diagonally to the right, do the row I just showed you guys how to do for this color block switch. So yeah, I hope all this made sense, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also hope you really enjoy looking at your bracelet as it is turning out, and I hope it turns out the way you want it to, and I also hope that you enjoy the pattern. And yeah, so Soda Pop is a very amazing creator of patterns. She's made so many, and I love all of them. They're great. And yeah, so I hope you guys again enjoy this tutorial. Please like my videos, share them with your friends, and please subscribe as well. That would help me out so much, and that would just be wonderful for us all. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!